In this video, I'll share 7 Stoic strategies to win without war, and how you can use them today. Strategy number 1, control your emotions. Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman in Japanese history, fought over 60 duels, and he never lost. But here's the truth. Musashi wasn't just a master of the sword, he was a master of his mind. In the Book of 5 Rings, he left behind a roadmap for staying calm under pressure, and his words echo the wisdom of the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, who all believed that mastery of self is the greatest victory. Lesson 1. Ego is the enemy. Musashi said, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." The first mistake in any confrontation is taking things personally. The moment your ego enters the fight, you've already lost. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Detach, step back, see clearly." Lesson 2. Fixation is defeat. Musashi warned, "Fixation is the way to defeat." If you cling to one outcome, proving you're right, getting revenge, forcing victory, you become predictable. Your enemy reads your emotions and exploits you. Instead, stay fluid, stay unreadable. If they expect anger, stay silent. If they expect resistance, surprise them with calm. In battle, Musashi was unpredictable. You should do the same in your life. Takeaway: Musashi never lost because he mastered his emotions before his enemies. And that's the Stoic way too. The enemy cannot defeat you unless you defeat yourself first. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, don't give them what they want. Stay calm, stay still, because the one who controls their emotions controls the fight. Strategy number 2, don't give them attention. Some enemies don't need your sword. They only need your reaction. And the moment you give it to them, you hand them power. Epictetus, the Stoic slave-turned-teacher, faced constant insults and abuse. But when asked how to respond to an insult, he gave a simple answer: ignore it. Why? Because insults are powerless without your reaction. They die in silence. Your enemies feed on energy. The moment you get angry, shout back, or defend yourself, you give them exactly what they wanted. You've confirmed their power over you. But silence? Silence is sharper than any words. It frustrates them, starves them, leaves them talking to the void. Think about haters online. They don't care about truth. They don't care about reason. They only want a reaction. Argue with them and you lose. Ignore them and they disappear. The Stoics knew this truth. No reaction, no power. Enemies crumble when denied the attention they seek. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, remember this: silence is not weakness. Silence is strategy. And the one who refuses to react always wins. Strategy number 3, focus on your growth. The strongest revenge isn't violence. It isn't proving your enemy wrong. It's becoming so great that their words no longer matter. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire filled with enemies, senators who opposed him, generals who betrayed him, even rivals within his own family. But instead of wasting his energy on revenge, he focused on his duty. In the middle of war, surrounded by chaos, Marcus wrote his meditations, not for the world, not to answer his enemies, but to discipline himself. He reminded himself, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. And that's exactly what he did. Today, the names of his enemies are forgotten, but Marcus Aurelius is remembered as the philosopher king. Seneca said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." When you pour your energy into hate, you lose yourself. When you pour it into growth, you rise above. Enemies want your attention. Don't give it. Give everything to your own path instead. So the next time you're tempted to fight back, stop. Remember Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who chose growth over revenge, and in doing so outlived every one of his enemies. Strategy number 4, strengthen your mind. They can take your freedom. They can take your money. They can even try to destroy your name. But if your mind is strong, you remain untouchable. Epictetus was born into slavery. His master could command his body, but never his thoughts. When another slave broke his leg, Epictetus said calmly, "You may break my body, but not my spirit." Years later, when he was finally free, he taught that real power lives inside the mind. The outside world can shake, burn, or crumble, but your inner world is yours alone. Lesson: control the inner fortress. Marcus Aurelius echoed the same truth centuries later. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Most people spend their lives trying to control everything around them. Other people, outcomes, the future. But the Stoics knew the only battlefield that matters is within. When your thoughts are solid, no insult can wound you, no loss can break you, no chaos can move you. Practice. Train your mind the way a warrior trains his body. Each challenge is an opportunity to test your composure. Each setback is a drill in resilience. Ask yourself, is this under my control? If yes, act with discipline. If no, let it go. That simple question is armor for the soul. Take away, fortify your mind. Because when everything around you collapses, the calm thinker still stands. The world breaks the weak from the outside in, but the Stoic wins from the inside out. Strategy number 5, expose their weakness. Sometimes the enemy is doing the work for you. Let them talk, let them act. Truth will tear them down faster than any counterattack. In ancient Rome, a conspiracy arose in the shadows, ambitious men plotting to seize power. The consul Cicero stood in the Senate and named them piece by piece, revealing their plans and lies. Once their words were exposed, their conspiracy unraveled. They imploded from within. This is the old lesson. Deception survives only while it remains hidden. Expose the pattern, and the facade collapses. Musashi, the Stoics, and political strategists all understood the same cold fact. An enemy's greatest danger is their own inconsistency. Greed, hypocrisy, panic, these are self-made traps. You don't need to fight falsehood directly. You need to let their actions illuminate the falsehood. When someone has to invent, over-explain, or double down, they reveal their weakness. When they panic, their mask slips. Watch. Wait. The truth does the killing for you. Think of a corrupt executive who lies in interviews, forges numbers, and makes threats. Expose the documents. Show the pattern. The board reacts. The media follows. The liar's power evaporates. You didn't fight, you revealed. The truth finished the job. Take away. Truth is a weapon that never dulls. Don't try to outshout the liar. Don't waste strength on theatrics. Collect facts, remain calm. Let their own actions do the damage. Victory by exposure is clean, quiet, and final. And it costs you nothing but patience. Strategy number 6, stay close to strong people. Even the strongest tree can be broken by the storm. But a forest stands together. Good allies make you stronger. Standing alone makes you easy to break. In battle, Roman soldiers fought in formation, shield to shield, step by step. One man alone was vulnerable, but together they were an unbreakable wall. Marcus Aurelius understood this better than anyone. He ruled Rome not as a solitary figure, but surrounded by loyal generals, wise advisors, and soldiers who believed in him. He wrote, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, working together." When betrayal came, he didn't collapse, because his strength wasn't only his own. It was shared through those who stood beside him. No one builds greatness in isolation. Even the Stoics, who preached self-reliance surrounded themselves with wisdom. Seneca had mentors, Marcus had teachers, Epictetus had students who carried his philosophy forward. Your circle determines your ceiling. Stay around the weak, and you'll inherit their fear. Stay around the strong, and you'll absorb their discipline. Choose friends who challenge you, not flatter you. Allies who bring you back to reason when emotions rise. People who hold you accountable when you start to slip. Takeaway: a single sword can shatter, a legion cannot. So build your circle with care. Walk with those who sharpen your mind and steady your heart. Because in the war of life, the man who stands with the strong never stands alone. Strategy number 7, let karma do the work. Patience as a weapon. You don't always have to push the stone. Sometimes the stone rolls on its own. Let time be the quiet engine of your revenge. Patient, invisible, devastating. The slow fall of corruption. History remembers fast victories, but it remembers slow collapses even more. Corrupt systems live on confidence, lies, and momentary fear. Remove the applause and the structure begins to rot. From petty tyrants in small courts to massive corporate frauds, the pattern is the same. Arrogance builds a house of cards, and time is the wind that brings it down. Think of modern scandals. Companies once untouchable collapsed when their rotten foundations were exposed. They didn't fall because of one great battle. They fell because patterns accumulated. Truth leaked, and patience did the rest. Lesson: patience is a strategy. Karma, fate, history, call it what you want. The Stoics called it reason and order. Seneca warned against quick revenge and praised endurance. Marcus Aurelius wrote about accepting what time reveals and using it to your advantage. When you refuse to react, when you refuse to be dragged into mud, you'll see something important happen. Your enemy keeps proving who they truly are. Their lies grow louder. Their mistakes multiply. Their allies drift away. Time sharpens the contrast between you and them. This is not passive. This is strategy. You are not waiting helplessly. You are allowing consequence to do the work you cannot do cleanly yourself. Think of a company built on deception. Millions trust it, insiders hide contradictions, executives lie. It looks powerful until auditors, reporters, or regulators follow the breadcrumbs. One truth after another collapses the myth. You didn't fight every lie. You let the truth gather weight. Time did the rest. Takeaway: time is impartial and relentless. It rewards those who build and punishes those who pretend. So stop chasing quick wins. Stop trading blows. Hold your ground, keep your work immaculate, and let time reveal what people are really made of. Victory through patience is quiet, efficient, and final. Win with wisdom, not war. Reflection. Across every lesson, the pattern is the same. The Stoics didn't seek to destroy their enemies, they sought to master themselves. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, yet never let pride rule him. Epictetus was born a slave, yet never let suffering own him. Musashi faced death countless times and never lost his composure. Each of them proved that the greatest victories are internal. You don't win by shouting louder, hitting harder, or seeking revenge. You win by thinking clearer, acting calmer, and choosing patience over chaos. 7 tactic to win without war. Control your emotions. Ignore provocations. Focus on your growth. Strengthen your mind. Expose falsehood through truth. Stay close to those who make you stronger. And let time handle the rest. This is the blueprint of real power: quiet, discipline, unstoppable. The weak chase conflict. The wise create peace through mastery. So when the world tries to pull you into its noise, remember what the Stoics and warriors already knew. Win with wisdom, not war.